And we'll talk about it here on Toyota Warriors postgame live with the Hall of Famer Chris Mullin, NBA champion Festus Ezeli. I am Bonte Hill. The Warriors overcome 20 turnovers. The Clippers scored 35 off of them. The Warriors missed a ton of free throws. But yet Steph Curry got hot in the third quarter, and they made all the winning plays down the stretch, Fezzi.
I told you, Bonte, throw away all the notes. Everything that you thought you understood about basketball, throw it away. Because when it comes down to a win or die situation, I will never bet against Steph Curry because you know what he can do. But this game was not just about Steph. This game was really a summary of the season for the Warriors. You've had injuries, you've had struggles, you've had guys come in and out of the lineup. Steve Kerr started with a lineup that he didn't go to for the rest of the game. He just started to try different combinations of guys, played 8 guys tonight. Every guy that stepped on the floor tonight made big plays, and it's a combination of the season. This team has had so many punches thrown at them this season, and this was a game where they had to withstand so many runs from the Clippers. The Clippers came out the game hot right now. It was 12-2 to start the game, and the Warriors kept fighting back. And I told you who my X factor was going to be, Bonte. Who was that?
Al Horford, 14 points off the bench as the Warriors snapped their 9-game losing streak to the Clippers in Los Angeles. But, Mully, we looked at that third quarter where the Warriors just was trying to stay in the fight. Then the Clippers, they go up 13 in the fourth quarter. Steph returns with the Warriors down 10, and they took off from there.
You know, Bonte and Festus, I mean, there's only one way you can stay in the game when you give up 35 points off turnovers. They shot 56% from the field.
Wow.
46 from 3, and the Warriors didn't even make their free throws. They were 13 of 21. But Fezzi talked about the X factor. Horford was amazing. Guy Santos had 20. Porzingis was huge with 20. And obviously Steph just got so hot in that second half. And that's the best he's looked. And so much for minute restriction because Steph played 36, Podziemski 40, Draymond Green.
Wow.
Okay? Now, Draymond has had a really good season. And they've had the shirts for him getting defend for 10 for tonight proves what a great defender he was.
Wow.
Because they need just as Steph took over offensively and dominated, Draymond took over defensively, held Kawhi. Kawhi got a bucket at the end of the game. That was it. He had 19 entering the fourth quarter, had 2 useless points at the end of the game. And Draymond, not only the defense to stop him, I thought he just took him out of the game. He didn't want to even participate in the possessions. There were several possessions, even out of timeouts. He didn't touch the basketball. So we highlighted Draymond pregame about him denying the basketball. I thought the Warriors did a really good job defensively, coming out with zone, full court press, and really keeping the Clippers off balance. And the Clippers shot 50, 40, 100 and still lost this ball game. They had 18 of their own turnovers, but they never really found a rhythm. I thought the Warriors were able to play the game at their tempo. It seemed like even when they got down 13, they always had an answer. The game started 12-2. Then the Warriors went on 12-2, and the game ended on the Warriors going on a 14-2 run. So it was literally a game of runs all night long.
No doubt. As we pick up the crunch time tape, it felt like the Warriors were about to get ran out the gym in the fourth quarter, down 13, 98-85, but they crawl back here. Guy Santos making a nice winning play here. Al Horford in the
Big
corner.
Al.
Big time 3 for Big Al. How about Guy Santos? 20 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists tonight. But Al Horford looking for Guy. Guy knows who's hot. Gives it right back to Al Horford in the other corner. Warriors down 2. Fezzi fell your X factor, and this is who they signed. What they signed him up for. And then Steph Curry. He reads the game so well with a nice finger roll. Warriors now down 3, and they're putting the pressure on the Clippers. And again, Kawhi Leonard just got totally taken out of the game offensively. But Guy Santos, how about him in the play-in game? You know what? I'm going to go to the rim and get this layup. Warriors down 1 with 2:45 left.
Okay, so Bonte, what we saw right there is Steph Curry pressure, right? Steph Curry's gravity. Look at this shot from Al Horford. They're so worried about Steph at half court that he can throw the ball to Al. And shout out to big Al Horford. This is his second game back in the lineup and making big shots after big shot. And this right here, oh my God!
Right here, the go-ahead bucket for the Golden State Warriors. Stephen Curry falls into the first row at the Intuit Dome. He's having fun. Dubs up 3 with 50.4 seconds left. Nice screen by Draymond. We talked about the mismatch with Brook Lopez on the perimeter. We saw this, Mully, with Brook Lopez in Milwaukee. Stephen Curry retains the information, finds him on that just a little bit of space there, and he nails a three.
Yeah, but this was just an amazing play. Give it up, get it back, and then go off the dribble, step back. That was not terrible defense. That was just an amazing shot by Steph.
And that's what he does, Stephen Curry there. 27 of his 35 coming in the second
right
half.
Here.
But then
Way
the
to be
steal on the
physical,
inbounds.
Draymond.
Pods with the layup right there. Warriors go up 5 with 46 seconds left. And again, how about this defense right here? Draymond knows where Kawhi's going, picks his pocket clean, back-to-back possessions. Draymond Green with a defensive masterclass in the fourth quarter. And that was after what looked like he turned his ankle, went to the bench for a second. He said, no, I'm good. I'm getting back into this game. We're not going home. And you see the hug right there from Steve Kerr and Draymond Green. There's been a lot of those hugs as the Warriors rally, and they will advance to the next game. They still got to win to advance to the first round to take on Oklahoma City, but they'll get a Phoenix Suns team in the Valley of the Sun. But Draymond Green, your former teammate, putting on the masterclass defensively, and then Big Al making those shots with no hesitation in the fourth quarter.
What was the question before the game? Would you rather experience or what? What was the question?
Execution or experience?
I don't think you said execution, but
Mully said execution.
You said execution in addition to experience. Well, for the Warriors tonight, I thought their experience showed in the second half. I thought Steph Curry, as the game went on, he had 8 points in the first half. Steph had 27 in the second half. This is why you don't bet against him. Made big shot after big shot, started getting free, and really what I saw was he started to move better. He was coming off of screens. Guys were reading each other. This is what I talk about when I say experience, because this team understands each other, and it just took one half of basketball for them to really get in flow, get into the rhythm. You saw that play where Steph hit that big shot. He threw it to Draymond, faked one way, ran back the other way. The beautiful basketball that you got to see in the second half was a culmination of everybody coming together, making big plays. Guy Santos made big plays. Al Horford made big plays. Brandon Podziemski, that last shot was a big play. You got to see the whole beauty of basketball tonight for the Warriors, because they've tried to make this season, which has been hard, into something of beauty here at the end.
Well, let's go down to LA to the Intuit Dome, where Petaluma's finest Dalton Johnson is standing by with Draymond Green.
Year 14. Win or go home. Do or die, play for it. Tell me what you're feeling right now, Draymond.
I'm exhausted, but it feels good. You know, this was a back and forth game. They made a run, we made a run, they made a run. And we got the great Steph Curry and the great Al Horford, and they took us home. It was a beautiful thing.
You guys were 7-34 when trailing after 3 quarters this season. What changed this time?
This is the one of those 41 that if we lose, we go home. And we don't want to go home. We want to keep playing. Anytime you got Steph Curry, you got a chance. So it's on all of us to do our parts to give him a chance to show his greatness. Everybody did their part. Brandon Podziemski was huge. Everybody did their part. Guy Santos, and we allow him to be Steph Curry.
Nobody knows Steph Curry better than you, Draymond. The moment the ball leaves his fingertips with 50 seconds left for that three-pointer, what are you thinking?
Well, I'm taught to crash right there. Of course, I've seen it too many times. It's going in. I knew it. That's what he do.
Game over, huh?
Yes, sir.
Enjoy the win. Thanks, Draymond.
Thanks, Doc.
All right, let's talk about Draymond Green. 7 points, 9 assists, 6 rebounds. But it's his individual defense on Kawhi Leonard in the fourth quarter that's going to have everybody talking tomorrow morning. Shutting down the claw, it's not an easy task. Kawhi Leonard has been on a heater, scoring at least 20 points in 57 consecutive games. He's a two-way player. He can hit the three. He can get to the rack. Well, what Draymond Green did, Fezzi, in that fourth quarter to take Kawhi out of the game, what did you see?
Bonte, I just saw a guy who was relentless tonight. Defensively, I thought Draymond worked all night long, made Kawhi work all night long. And here, this is the first play out of the break right there. It's Draymond going right to the rim, making adjustments. All season long, you've asked Draymond to stay in the fight. And because of his voice, his leadership, his veteran leadership, he played 60-something games this season, in a season where the Warriors were riddled with injuries. 68 games. He's been the guy that's been on the floor fighting with the team, and you asked him why. He said, because I want these young guys to understand that this thing was built. And I want them to understand what it takes to build this. You can't quit on this team. And that's what I saw tonight. Draymond was not quitting. At the fourth quarter, he had a knee injury, what it looked like, and still stayed in the game. It just shows you the mentality right now for this team. This team is not trying to go home right now.
Yeah, I thought it started at the jump ball. There's something about – so Draymond and Kawhi both sat out the last game. So they both rested. Something about the jump ball, and you know Draymond's guarding their best player. That's the start of it. And then he gave him nothing easy.
Yep.
No easy catches. Was contesting his catches on the elbows, pushing him out past the three-point line. I thought they had great double teams at certain points in time. But the steals, the deflections, Kawhi was 1 of 6 from 3. And maybe the most underrated thing Draymond did, like being physical, only 4 for 4 from the free throw line. This is a guy that shoots 89% from the free throw line. So he manufactures a lot of points from that free throw line, just 4 of 4, and totally took him out of the game in the fourth quarter. He wound up with 21. He had 19 going into the fourth. He had that one layup at the end of the game that meant nothing. Incredible job by Draymond Green.
Could I ask you, Mully, Steve Kerr, we see him play 10, 11, sometimes in the first quarter. He only played 8 guys tonight. And there was a lot of talk and discussion about, hey, there's going to be a minutes restriction for KP, Horford, and Steph Curry. We didn't see that tonight. Steve Kerr coached his game like a Game 7.
It was a Game 7. It's the postseason. And the NBA rotations are 8, maybe 9 with foul trouble. That's what the NBA is all about. So tonight was an NBA playoff game.
There it is.
Welcome to the playoffs.
Welcome to the playoffs.
There we go.
Got one more game till we get to
There
the
we
playoffs.
go.
We're still in the box, Willie. Still in the play-in tournament, but the Warriors do advance.